And we have this breaking news here. 3 road workers are hurt after being hit by a car in Choyas View. You see the response there. It happened about 3:20 this morning.
The workers were on the on-ramp from Market Street to the northbound 805, and you can see in the video there the driver was detained. The workers were taken to the hospital via ambulance there. We do not know their condition. We'll keep you posted and wishing the best for them. Thanks for joining us 6 a.m. on this Tuesday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. And as you're getting dressed for today, let's check in with Evan to see what the weather will be like.
Another day of layers necessary as it's a cold start to the morning, but a warmer afternoon that we'll encounter. So there are going to be some low 70s that we find across our inland valleys. Plenty of sunshine out there, but for the morning hours, it is quite chilly. Temperatures are mostly in the 30s and 40s. So a warmer sweater, warmer jacket will help you out. And then by the afternoon, you'll be able to peel off those layers with sunshine. Right now out the door, 33 in Ramona, 44 in La Mesa, 52 in downtown San Diego. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Evan. And now President-elect Donald Trump is confirming that he will declare a national emergency and use military assets to carry out a mass deportation of immigrants who are here in the country illegally.
CBS 8's Chris Groh live in San Ysidro this morning with more on how local immigrants' rights groups are reacting to all of this. Chris?
Now, one thing we've heard pointed out again is that the military is not permitted to engage in civilian law enforcement activities, which includes assisting in deportations or making arrests, even those of undocumented migrants. But what we are likely going to see out of the Trump administration is ways to try to counteract that, to take that to court, to try to win, or maybe even try to avoid court altogether. That's why certain immigration rights advocates are concerned.
Everybody in the immigrant community is very fearful. They don't know what to do. Some of them haven't been back in Mexico or other countries in a long time, and it's a very scary time for them.
And that was human rights activist Enrique Morones with Gente Unida. He tells us he's deeply concerned how far this will go and if it will resemble past mass deportations like 2 that we saw, one during the Great Depression and one called Operation Wetback in the 1950s. What we know is that Trump has confirmed wanting to use the military to carry out mass deportations. That just happening the other day. But he will also declare a state of emergency, which could allow him to tap into additional funding and resources to carry out mass deportations on this scale. Here's what Tom Warwick, former DHS Deputy Assistant Secretary, told CBS about the potential of this.
Pentagon budget, that's where the money is. It's where the people are. It's where the aircraft are. And I don't see him doing this without significant involvement from the U.S. military.
And President-elect Trump's White House could also consider executive orders to try to bypass any legal challenges as well. Eric and Neda.
All right, Chris, thank you for explaining it to us. National City Police are asking witnesses to please come forward with any information about the party where a 12-year-old boy was shot and killed. This happened late Friday night in an abandoned house on N Avenue. We are now learning this house has been the scene of other illegal parties. We did obtain photos taken a week before the deadly shooting, showing hundreds of teenagers and young adults on the property. We talked to a worker who says he was hired by the homeowners to board up the house, but then kids keep coming back and breaking in, he says.
You could tell they've been off in there partying for a while, and it's lots of bad blood, a lot of broken windows. What's a mess in there?
Police believe there were hundreds of teens at that party and that there are witnesses who have not yet come forward. And now this morning, we are learning a so-called hoarder home in Ocean View Hills could go up for sale. This home has been a nightmare for neighbors for years. It's been covered with piles of garbage, clothes, rotting food, even dead rats seen there. A civil hearing regarding the property is scheduled for today, and we are being told the person appointed by the court to clean up the home now wants permission from the judge to sell it. Cleanup has been at a standstill since June when a fire erupted on the property. The home was also condemned. Now, the homeowner was not allowed to stay at the house, but neighbors tell us she's been living there anyway.
It is just really disheartening that she doesn't follow any rules, and I don't believe that she feels that she has to.
That's a neighbor there. We will be in court for that civil hearing and bring you the updates today.
Today, the Carlsbad City Council is expected to vote on a plan to retain or regain its local control of Palomar Airport. Right now, the airport is owned by the county, which plans on extending the runway for larger aircraft. The city of Carlsbad trying to gain final word in any expansion projects and require permits for those projects. They're also trying to oppose any changes to the airport that would increase the impacts of it on neighboring communities. It comes as plane noise complaints from residents have increased over the years, with new commercial flights set to fly out of the airport starting next year. Also today, Carlsbad City staff will present options for potential changes to the city's ban on new drive-through restaurants. Carlsbad has just the original 12 drive-thrus that were already in place when a ban took effect in 1997. At today's meeting, the public can learn about potential changes to the rules and provide input. After gathering input on the options, city staff will present them to the city council. Today's meeting starts at 10 a.m. at the City Council chamber.
It is 6:06 now on this Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning? Yes.
Yes, there we are.
Don't
You
get a day
are
off
you
to,
are
like,
correct
throw it
there.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be like?
It's a little cloudy out there for now, cold as well.
Yeah.
We talked about how cold those
Yeah.
temperatures are, but we're going to warm up this afternoon. We should get plenty of sunshine in the forecast as well. So a bit of a different scene that we can expect by that afternoon stretch. The thing is, we saw that coastal eddy develop overnight. It allowed for those clouds to move onshore, but offshore, Santa Ana winds are starting to build, and that's going to help to push those clouds then off the shore. Wider picture here across the western U.S. shows that trough of low pressure that we are watching for this upcoming weekend. This trough is essentially not going to move, or at least not going to push south up until Friday. And right now it seems like once it starts to move on Friday, it will make its way to central California by Saturday and Sunday, and then towards us closer to Sunday and Monday. Now, the question on hand consistently with every one of these troughs of low pressure is how much remaining moisture will it have by the time it gets to us in San Diego? That answer is still uncertain. It is pointing toward more scattered showers, but still a good chance of them. And we'll watch for that as we get toward the end of the week. Thursday, Friday, we'll have a better idea of what that will really look like. In the meantime, though, enjoy the warming temperatures. We've been on 4 days of cooler than normal temps out there, 68 for Sunday and Monday. Today, we should be in the same range, upper 60s, but in particular, it's Wednesday and Thursday afternoon where those temperatures are going to head back to the 70s. And you see that here on the 5-day forecast, a bit of a pyramid you could see where we see those temperatures climb between now and Thursday and then start to decline as that trough of low pressure enters the region. Now, while those temperatures slide for Friday and Saturday, we don't have any rain in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. It does seem that Sunday will be our first opportunity for that rain to come through, but in the meantime, watch out for those offshore Santa Ana winds. They'll be breezy at times, will be very dry, humidity will be low, so fire danger will still stay high, and those temperatures are going to climb in particular for Wednesday and Thursday afternoon. Let's take a look at traffic and how your roads are this morning. I'll take you to just one crash that we've been watching over the last several hours, and that is the entry ramp to the 805, northbound from Market Street. It's closed because of a crash. We see some of those northbound lanes slowing down a bit in speed even beyond this crash, so you could run into some delays in that area, but besides that, pretty mild start to the morning. Looking at border wait times out there, it is a 105-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to take you just a little quicker, about 90 minutes, an hour and a half in total.